Our national parks, wild landscapes, wildlife. We love them. 90 million visits a year to the UK's 15 parks. But now some of the English ones say they're running out of money.
The National Park Authority is facing a cliff edge.
And this year they're facing their biggest single cut ever. In the past 15 years, the 10 English national parks have seen their funding cut 53%. And most of that time they've been quiet about that, but not anymore. At Hadrian's Wall, past desecration grows into future hope. New shoots are appearing.
Look, there's 2 more down in there.
Oh yeah.
They're actually still alive, and you can see buds starting to come out again. So all of these will be alive again.
National outrage at the felling of England's most famous tree here at Northumberland's Sycamore Gap tells us these landscapes matter. A natural health service, vital for our well-being. But even as the sycamore shows signs of life, the boss of Northumberland's park has gone public, saying funding cuts now threaten England's 10 national parks.
The National Park Authority is facing a cliff edge, and this is potentially catastrophic for us. At the moment, I don't feel I'm getting enough core resources from government to do my job, the core bit of my job, effectively.
Literally not enough money to do the job.
I believe we're now below what is an irreducible minimum for me to open my doors and operate effectively.
Close by, the visitor centre, built without any public money, but now it's under review.
Scottish National Parks have had a 12% increase in their budget. Welsh National Parks have had a 5% increase in their revenue budget. And English National Parks have an 8.2% cut in their budget. I don't want to let anyone down, but I can't keep things going if I don't have the money.
Things across the 10 English parks, like planning to protect the heritage, the castles, the culture and the landscape of these areas, playing a key role in getting us to 30% of land for nature by 2030. The Lake District National Park and Windermere, with 18 million visitors a year, compared to less than 2 million in Northumberland. You'd think they'd be safe from cuts here.
So we're walking in, Alex, to the information centre at our wider Brockhall site, and as you can see, rather regrettably, we are packing up.
It was the UK's first national park visitors centre, opened 1969, closed 2025. 9 jobs gone to try and make the budget work.
Which is obviously really sad for the individuals involved and sad for the National Park Authority.
The whole building's on the market, seeking a buyer, while all around the zip rides, the small fun fair and the lakeside, these separate commercial ventures providing some useful revenue, but the park boss says he's running out of road for any more cuts.
Pressure on the NHS, social services, social care, welfare. You guys are a luxury. I'm sorry, it's tough, but you've got to be cut back.
I'm not sure I agree with that, because particularly in the areas of the NHS and health and wellbeing, if we genuinely want to move away from treatment and towards a preventative model, then getting people outdoors, active and engaged in nature can be a really core element at the heart of that, in my view.
But England's 10 national parks have seen real term funding cut 53% in the past 15 years.
So here in the Lake District, perhaps something of a blueprint for straightened times, which could maybe work across all of our national parks, focusing in on what is essential for a national park to keep functioning day by day out on the ground. And that means, above all else, the work of the rangers. And to see that, we need to go just a little bit further up the fell.
To where Benji and Ray are hammering in new footpath signposts. Part of a team of around 33 rangers. And that's a team the park is determined to preserve by cutting elsewhere.
Make sure we get it right way. Pretty good, that map.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So we look after all the rights of way within the national park, so footpaths, bridleways, byways.
This is the start of a nice little walk to top of Gummers How. Cracking views up and down the lake.
But keeping the Rays and Benjis working across our parks may need a radical rethink.
If the nation can't afford national parks in the way in which we were set up, then we need a wider debate about what is the future of our national parks, how are we going to look after them, can we afford 10 national park authorities in the country?
The government says it's helping the parks cut red tape and increase private revenue. The parks say they've been doing that for years. So as yet, little sign of the fundamental rethink some national park bosses are demanding.